And we're kicking off with Brock Lesnar, and whenever the Beast Incarnate steps in the ring, it's always a huge deal. Lesnar's next match for WWE is expected to happen at SummerSlam after he was challenged by Cody Rhodes on this week's Raw, but WWE has already locked down plans for next year. Though WrestleMania 40 is still months away, WWE wanted to get plans for Lesnar sorted early, and the Beast will be facing someone fans have wanted to see for a very long time. Sources from within WWE have confirmed reports by Zero News and others that Brock Lesnar will face Gunther at WrestleMania 40, a match that had been rumored for WrestleMania 39. It's also reported that the match was never considered seriously for this year's WrestleMania, as WWE wanted to give Gunther more time to establish himself, something he's clearly done on TV. The pair of powerhouses came face to face during this year's Royal Rumble match, which caused a major buzz in the wrestling world, and now fans will finally get to see the match take place. Those sources who confirmed the match did not comment about whether the Intercontinental Championship will be a factor in the bout, but it's possible Gunther will lose the title before the show in Philadelphia. Gunther has hardly kept quiet about wanting to face Lesnar, even going as far as to describe Brock as his end boss and someone he'd love to face one day. The match also fits in with Triple H's plans for next year's WrestleMania to be as stacked as it can be, with the game wanting to make the show as big as possible due to the milestone number. The consensus among many is that Lesnar is going to be winding up his in-ring career in the next year or so, which may explain why he worked with the young Omos this year. The idea of Lesnar choosing to help younger stars out rather than go for another world title does seem like the actions of someone wrapping up his career, though nothing has been confirmed by Brock himself. Whether Lesnar is retiring or not, the match with Gunther will be physical to say the least, and fans can get excited for the two behemoths to collide next April at WrestleMania. On this week's show, Ludwig Kaiser and Giovanni Vinci lost to Drew McIntyre and Matt Riddle, and it was Vinci who bore the majority of the blame. While Gunther was angry at both men, he and Kaiser left without Vinci, leading to speculation that Imperium, at least with Vinci, could soon be a thing of the past. While there's clearly tensions in the group, fans shouldn't expect a hard split, as when BWE was asked about plans, the Proven Insider said there were no plans to split the faction. Gunther will have Drew McIntyre to deal with at SummerSlam, a physical match to say the least, so he'll probably want as much backup as he can get. It was at Clash at the Castle last September that Vinci was called up to the main roster and reunited with Imperium in a decision that was met with praise at the time. Gunther is now mere months away from breaking the Honky Tonk Man's record as Intercontinental Champion, and while things aren't calm in Imperium right now, a split is not in the works. Over to AEW now, as the company has a stacked roster which is arguably too big in the mind of some fans, and this week, the All Elite promotion parted ways with an AEW original. On the company's roster website, Brian Pillman Jr.'s profile was removed, leading to speculation about his future, and PW Insider confirmed that his contract with the company has now expired. Pillman was part of AEW's very first event, Double or Nothing, in 2019, but wouldn't sign a contract with the company until 2021, where he spent much of his time with Griff Garrison. The Varsity Blondes would go on to add Julia Hart, who'd later joined the House of Black, and Pillman has said in interviews that his team lost their edge when Hart was no longer part of the equation. Outside of AEW, Pillman made a name for himself in MLW, where he is a former World Tag Team Champion and also has a reign as OVW Heavyweight Champion to his name. With a former AEW star now a free agent, we wouldn't be surprised if WWE expresses interest in Pillman Jr. And would you like to see him join, or would he just get lost in the shuffle like he was in AEW? We've seen countless times a WWE superstar's name can change on a dime, and this week, two prominent names underwent another name change. During a segment with Yulisa Leone and Valentina Feroz, Angel and Humberto showed up, and the graphic revealed that their last names have been restored, meaning they are Angel Garza and Humberto Carrillo again. The WWE.com profiles for Angel Garza and Humberto Carrillo have also been updated, and whatever comes next, at least the pair will have their last names, for the time being. We've got some heartwarming news from Megan Morant now, as the WWE correspondent is set to donate her kidney to someone in need. On Instagram, Morant disclosed her reasons for donating, saying that it was a friend who needed a kidney, and though she wasn't a match, it inspired her to help somebody else in need. She added, "About a week later, on a group chat with my old work pals at the Patriots, I learned that my previous boss's wife was in kidney failure. it all felt meant to be. After 5 months of testing and a few more months of waiting, the day has finally come. While Margaret and I are not a blood type match, through the National Kidney Registry's joint donor program, I will advance donate tomorrow, and in return, Margaret will get a kidney to save her life. This is an incredibly generous offer from Morant, whose kidney will now go to somebody who is a match, who will likely never know who exactly their new kidney came from. WWE superstars are often seen as heroes either for their character work on TV or their philanthropic work outside the ring, but Morant has proven herself to be just as much a hero as those she interviews backstage. From the ring to the rink now, as Darren McCarty competed for years in the NHL, but now the former Detroit Red Wing is stepping into the squared circle. It's been announced that McCarty will be teaming with Tommy Dreamer at the Slammiversary Fallout event on July 16th, where he'll face Champagne Singh and Shera. This will actually be McCarty's second match, as he's teamed with Dreamer and Yuya Uemura to defeat Bully Ray in the Good Hands at a March 25th Impact taping, and higher-ups must have been impressed. The hockey alum is expected to get quite the ovation from his fellow Canadians in the crowd at Slammiversary Fallout, and we'll have to see if he can go 2-0 later this week. On WWE TV, Rhea Ripley and Dominic Mysterio have proven to be quite the couple, but of course, their relationship is just for show. In reality, Mysterio recently got engaged, while Rhea is dating AEW's Buddy Matthews, who is feeling rather intimidated by the impressive physique of his girlfriend. After Ripley shared an impressive selfie of her muscles, Matthews joked that his insecurities are playing up, and Ripley encouraged her boyfriend to stop with such nonsense. The pair may be in different companies, but they are clearly having a lot of fun together, despite how things may look between Rhea and Dominic each week on Raw. Former WWE developmental talent Danny Gimondo is set to appear in court on August 8th in relation to his DUI arrest. The arrest report from the Hernando County Sheriff's Office provides additional details on the incident. Gimondo was pulled over at a McDonald's restaurant on June 29th for failing to stay in a single traffic lane. Upon arrival, the traffic officer noticed Gimondo sweating and detected the smell of alcohol on his breath and body. Gimondo admitted to consuming Tito's vodka earlier in the day and being under the influence of benzodiazepines. He failed a sobriety test and was subsequently arrested. The report also mentioned Gimondo's difficulty in performing some of the field sobriety tests due to a knee injury sustained in professional wrestling. A search of his vehicle revealed a Ziploc bag containing 3 pills identified as alprazolam, which Gimondo claimed to have a prescription for the medication, but did not have the prescription bottle with him. After complaining of chest pains, Gimondo was transported to Oak Hill Hospital. Breathalyzer tests conducted at the hospital indicated his blood alcohol content to be 0.167 at 8:02 p.m. and 0.165 at 8:05 p.m. Gimondo expressed gratitude to the officer for being understanding, but he remains in custody as he has not been able to post the $10,000 bond. The court appearance on August 8th will shed further light on the legal ramifications of Gimondo's DUI arrest. And we're ending today with Jeff Hardy, who made his return to AEW programming earlier this year after close to a year away, but right now, the charismatic enigma is once again missing from TV. After a loss to the Guns on the June 21st Dynamite, Jeff was written off TV with an attack, and though we don't know when he'll be back, fans will soon see him in GCW. On Twitter, the promotion announced that Hardy will be making his GCW debut on their upcoming Detroit show on August 4th, which will be part of SummerSlam weekend in the city. With Jeff dealing with a dislocated jaw, which was suspected to be broken, it's unclear what exactly he'll do on the GCW show, or if he'll be healed in time to compete at the event. Despite the numerous controversies to his name, Jeff remains massively popular with fans, and those attending the GCW event in August will get to see the charismatic enigma in person.